Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Sunless C. So this episode is probably going to be a little bit of a weird one. It's basically an experiment. I'm in the middle of, or rather I really only just started the whole Sphinx Stone transportation endeavor. Whatever. And I'm basically back from my first tour. It's a bit of an extended one because I did head up to Vanderbilt first. I didn't buy any extra supplies, so this is what I'm left with. Surprised to find myself, to find that there was enough fuel and supplies for the trip. I did defeat a minor, whatever they're called, a pirate vessel. One of the weakest enemies out there, without actually taking any damage in return. The damage I have taken is from stupidly scraping against some rock, because I was trying to uncover as much of the map, the coastline, as possible on the way. You know, I was just toying around a little bit. So yeah, that's basically what happened. We got one unit of spider silk out of it, so we actually have an extra unit now that I suppose I'm just going to sell for some minor profit. In Vanderbilt, the main reason I went there, of course, was to look for the Serpent Image, I think it's called, for our latest crew member, officer. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be at Vanderbilt. I mean, it wasn't available for sale. There wasn't any event happening at all. The only thing I was able to do was explore Vanderbilt, but I think we still have the port report, so I wasn't even able to collect one of those. And the Explore Vanderbilt event was just, honestly, I don't even remember anymore. Oh, there was a chapel, and we decided to explore it because there was a 100% chance of success, and we got something very minor out of it. I don't even remember anymore, just some fragments and stuff. So yeah, nothing very exciting happened at all. Although we could have done something potentially exciting if we had been, cannibalistic. There was an option for that. But, yeah, to perform some sort of evil ritual, presumably. Of course, I couldn't and thus didn't do that. Yeah, but that's basically what happened on the trip. After that, I just headed over to Salt Lines, picked up the next shipment, and we're back in London. And, of course, this collect messages thing is always going to pop up each time I return. So, until something completely different happens, or, well, whenever anything happens along the way, during any of the trips, I'm of course going to include it, if it seems meaningful enough. But otherwise, I'm just going to record maybe every single return to London, just because things are most likely to happen here. That's what I've been thinking. Anyway, so let's see. Something's changed underneath. Someone wants to sign on again. Okay, we get another gift maybe from the scholar. Maybe all that investing all those items to get their rank up was worth it. Actually, that's maybe one thing I forgot about, now that I think about it. I was trying to get the rank one level higher by giving them some of my excess things, like all those mementos, whatever. Okay. So, nothing bad happened. Again, let's go to London, deliver Sphinx Stone, see if anything's different here. 500 echoes, lost 2 more terror. Okay. Delivered Sphinx Stone. Continue? Oh. Yeah, so I don't know if there is any kind of... if anything is actually ever going to change about this. So as expected, we made about 300 echoes, but I didn't do any shopping yet. I mean, normally the trip only back and forth is going to take very few resources, but like it's a bar and a half of fuel, I will say, something like that. Maybe a little bit more than a bar and a half, depending on how I manage my my light. There are moments during the trip where there is no danger at all, where the pips are all green, so I can turn the light off without having any terror build up. But terror is not going to be a problem. I could just have the lights off entirely for all the trips and probably save however much fuel that saves. I think we only use up like 1 unit of supplies or something along those lines. So it's really not that much. Anyway, yeah, but I don't know if there's any kind of, if the game is keeping track in any kind of way, or how it would keep track of how many times I have delivered Sphinx Stone already. And, you know, I can only assume that it's going to run out eventually, or I don't know, maybe it won't. But for now, I'm willing to just keep doing this a little bit, and I'm gonna have to figure out what we want to do in between each visit. Let's look at the new recruit. Oh, no, okay, so we don't actually have an officer available, but there might be more. Yeah, I mean, there might be. Let's see here. Wolfstick Exchange, we can sell our 1 excess bolt of spider silk. We only needed 3. This one we got for free, so that was a... Yeah, that basically paid for the entire trip to Vanderbilt, and then some. Well, not much more, honestly, but it did pay for it, so... Yay! Right, so we have 13. Right, we can pick up 7 more things. Oh, right, and one important thing that I meant to mention. So, once I feel like I'm done, either once I can no longer profitably do this trip to the Salt Lions, I'm actually going to go up to Vanderbilt again, because there's one thing I forgot that I was reminded of on my visit, is that a new quest waits for me that has me pick up 12 tomb colonists, I suppose, passengers, that all want to be delivered to different, or not all to different locations, but to a total of 3 different locations, is what the quest text tells me, basically. It doesn't tell me in advance, but there's a decent chance that I've been to the places already. Of course, they will take up 12 spaces of cargo, which is why I didn't pick them up when I was there earlier, because I still need that space for more Sphinx Stone, obviously. But yeah, you basically have to pack with at least 12 extra units of supplies, because those will be replaced with 12 colonists. And then you're told where to deliver them. So yeah, since we have been delivering a few people from Vanderbilt, I want to continue that quest line, of course, and I'm expecting to get some sort of reward for it, of course. So we will do that, but yeah, I will, for space reasons, for cargo space reasons, I will do that after I'm done with the whole Sphinx Stone. So yeah. Anyway, I guess, no, wait, just want to make sure. Right, we'll look at the present. 2 supplies, perfect. It was 2 supplies last time, wasn't it? Yes. Yes, okay, so I guess now we have 2 of those dark glasses of pickled something for emergencies. Sure. We have, yes, lamentable relics. What did I say earlier? I don't know. Mementos? No, that wasn't it. But favors. 4 more needed to reach level 6. Oh yeah, actually one thing I did in between episodes was increase veils to 40. So we're down to 5 secrets. Or actually I think I might have discovered a couple more places just by sailing up the coastline, and gained another secret that way. So anyway, yeah, I brought this up to 40 because it seems like a nice number. I could invest more, but I want to hold on to some secrets because they can obviously be used for other things as well. Anyway, yeah, guess I'm gonna do 3 more of those. Well, I could use 1 Memory of Distant Shores here, which pays slightly better. Twice as well, you might say. Only 2 of those. We need the catch still. Yeah, this I want to hold on to. Okay. Lamentable Relic. 1 more. And there we go. Made a little bit of money, I suppose, but maybe more importantly, we're now level 6 with the Antiquarian, and maybe we're gonna get better gifts from now on. So yeah, we'll see. Perhaps not. So we're back up to 4 supplies. Actually, we're about to use one of those. So I'll just buy one right away. Okay, I suppose I would have been fine for the trip, but, you know, whatever. I'll play this by ear mostly. Or maybe I'll fall into some sort of rhythm as I do this for longer. I do have 3 of these moves in the Great Game. I forget what the reward was. Screw it, let's do it. 30 echoes though? I feel like they should be worth more. But it's okay. Port reports. Right, so we need 20, so we can pick up to 4. That should be fine. Vanderbite, yeah, should have... well, it's fine. 1 fuel, 10 echoes. Wither, 20 echoes, 1 fuel. Empire of Hands, 50 echoes, 1 fuel. But no more favors for that one. Okay. Frostfound? Don't know if we had ported this one. No, surely we must have, right? 1 fuel, 30 echoes, a favor. No, actually, I guess this was not an accomplishment before. So, okay. Estival Codex, Khan's Shadow, Irem. Okay, we got a couple more. Actually, the salt lines would make sense because I can keep picking this up again. If this gives me fuel, it sure does. Okay, so that's actually an extra free unit of fuel and 20 echoes for each of the trips. That will add up over time. Okay, actually, it has the accomplishment every time. So that does not necessarily mean that I hadn't had that before. Okay, never mind then. Right. Yeah. It's fine that we only have 20. Yeah, that we only have 19 open spaces right now because obviously we're going to use up some. Okay, awesome. And we can grab a couple more and save some money that way. Actually make money that way. Anything else? I mean, while we're here... we can go carousing every single time. I was fortunate, obviously. Lost 5 more terror, lost 30 echoes, got recent news. In fact, I hadn't actually lost any recent news. And, I mean, I guess we're gonna spend more time with the Dapper Chap. Maybe something will eventually happen. As I keep saying, lost 10 more terror. I mean, honestly, yeah. I'm gonna be far below 0 terror after this is done. But that's okay. Rose market, nothing has changed here. We don't have a Watchful Curio. We don't want to give away the long box. That's okay. Don't need any more crew. We don't need the dry dock right now. And there were no actual recruits. Lodgings. I mean, I could go ahead and purchase the townhouse, but I did try that, and it turned out that it wasn't really going to do anything for me. So, yeah, okay. I guess that concludes that. I don't actually have the timer running, so this took longer than expected. But you know, these things are going to become more of a routine, I suppose, as I keep doing these trips. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna head out for more Sphinx Stone and return, and we'll maybe get another gift, and maybe look for another officer, and maybe we're actually gonna get assaulted by the minions of that guy who gave us the business proposal at some point that we declined unwisely, perhaps. Still waiting for that to, you know, bear some sort of rotten fruit. But yeah, so basically we're gonna well, we'll see if something happens immediately upon arrival. Then we're gonna turn in some port reports for, you know, to refuel for free. Maybe do any shopping for, well, actually visit the scholar if they summon us to pick up the free supplies, which should actually more than pay for the trip itself. So I shouldn't need to do any actual shopping to resupply for the next couple of trips. And then yeah, go carousing, I suppose, look for an officer, and rinse and repeat. So, well, we'll see how that works out. Okay, back from the trip. Nothing interesting happened there, except that I decided to stop by the light ship that is literally on the way to basically trade the recent news I'm always going to pick up back in London for another Z story and more terror reduction. So yeah, terror is not going to be an issue whatsoever. Although I did not actually get the Tissan and tea cake over at the salt lines. I'm not entirely sure why, but on this return, we're actually being searched, which doesn't matter because we don't smuggle anything. Reduce suspicion if your suspicion is 5 or more. I don't think it's 5 or more. But, I mean, let them do their worst, you have nothing to hide. Declare all controlled goods. Okay, so, I mean, I could... These are... I'm gonna assume that these will literally do the same thing, except that it would cost me however much if I had anything to declare. But since it's 0, it's literally the same. But, I mean... I don't have anything, so there we go. Hasn't changed because it's lower than 5. I think it's 3 or 4. Okay, now we get this. Someone wants to sign on. Scholar has invited me. Okay. And we have a free evening, of course. Well then, what did I say? What's the option? The order gonna be? I guess it doesn't really matter all that much. Oh well. First, I guess we should start with delivering the Sphinx Stone. You've run... This is unlocked when you've either run several loads of Sphinx Stone or you've been running Sphinx Stone. You've been running is you just started doing it, basically. You've done it at least once. I guess, so, yeah. I can only assume that there is some sort of timer, or counter rather, in the background somewhere. So the game must keep track of... Well, anyway, we'll see. Lost 2 terror. Gained 500 echoes. The text seems to be the same. Delivered Sphinx Stone. Huh. Okay. I suppose we might as well go ahead and, well, check for the recruit first. Okay, the brisk campaigner. I don't know if we've seen this person. The portrait doesn't seem familiar. For 50 echoes, okay. Oh, you. You need a real physician. None of you are surgeons. A skilled doctor who increases hearts and iron. I mean... She increases hearts and iron. Well, obviously we're gonna do this. Oh, or do we pick up the haunted doctor, which is another doctor? Huh. Maybe there are a lot more officers. You know, at some point, I've had actually started to suspect that that there might only be so many officers. I mean, I think I also talked about it and said that, you know, it would make sense for there to be at least 2 per position, right? So you have some choice. Maybe even 3 per position would make more sense. Or feel more appropriate. But, I mean, there are obviously... Well, I suppose there are at least 3 real doctors in addition to the default, the generic one you start with. So maybe that is the case, but maybe it's not that strictly formulaic. There might be more than 3 or less than 3 for one position or another. But now we have a choice, unfortunately. So they both cost the same. Determined Doctor? Disillusion. Oh. Wait, this one comes in different versions? Huh? I can't have the Haunted one, but I also can't have the Disillusioned or the Determined one. Interesting. For her... sometimes available for hire in London specifically, so this guy could potentially be available elsewhere? No, it says London as well. Okay, never mind. Wait, Brisk Campaigner? Indomitable Campaigner? What? 2 versions of this one as well. You've cracked the Brisk Campaigner's reserve. You've seen the Brisk Campaigner collapse. You've elected to help the Brisk Campaigner find what she needs. The Brisk Campaigner has recovered, and the Campaigner ended your affair. Oh, what? I guess I could have an affair with her? Is that what the game is telling me there? No similar kind of story spoilers about the Haunted Doctor, though. Man, okay. I don't know. I saw her first. I don't know. Do we have more male or female officers? Should I restore balance or something? I'm gonna go for her. Ladies first. You know, I'm a lady captain. I think it makes sense for her to prefer. She is a lady, right? Yes. Says so. Would make sense for her to maybe favor the ladies, give them a chance, perhaps. Although I suppose in this universe here, for all its weirdness and it's being based on I don't know, Victorian era London or England or just Victorian era, I suppose. It doesn't seem like lady sailors are, or it seems like that's a perfectly normal thing. So I don't know if they need any extra help or whatever. Brisk campaigner, welcome aboard. Don't you have anywhere cleaner? Well, if I must do it myself, where can I find a mop? Well, I don't know, but I'm sure you're gonna find one. Oh, okay. Yes, we want to speak to her, of course. Invite her to dine with you. For one, supplies, muter salt. Where did I find that? Somewhere. But that's not much of a requirement. We're gonna find some soon enough. For a light meal of sea lily soup and whale cheese with a glass of surface cordial. The brisk campaigner's tastes are expensive. The muter salt ensures that the conversation waits until after dinner coffee. Okay. So we're not gonna learn much about her until we find some salt. That's okay. But as always, the more the merrier. So, alarming scholar, a little present from the scholar, and it's 2 supplies. Great. We're actually gaining supplies. Yeah, we did not use up a lot of, or gain a lot of hunger on the last trip. So I'll actually need to be a little bit careful about that. So technically, since I'm getting a free Z-story every single trip, I could just go ahead and sell that immediately for an extra... Was it... Actually, did I sell a Memory of Distant Shores last time? Pretty sure you get a Z-story from those... From the people on the lightboat, lightship, whatever. I'll try. Okay, that's an extra 10 echoes. And I guess we're slowly but surely increasing our favors, which is presumably helpful. Still have 5 of those. And 4 of those. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that increasing the rank more is really gonna do much for us anytime soon. In the very long run, perhaps, but I doubt a level or 2 more is gonna make a big difference. I might be wrong. Anyway, vital intelligence, port reports. Does the order of these points change every time? I feel like it does. Let's go. Estival, fuel, 50 echoes. Very nice. Actually, okay, yeah, I can go for 1 more because we're about to... Actually, well, I don't know. I'm gonna go for 1 more. There, fuel, 20 echoes. And we still have... I forgot. Freaking salt lines. Because it's at the bottom of the list. Okay, I mean, I guess the order of these is somehow fixed. I don't know. I'm gonna do this. When worst case, I just throw away a fuel. It was free, but, 20 echoes. Makes sense, of course. Okay, and that's that, right? So we did this. Oh, we did not go carousing yet. Oh boy, 5 terror, lost only 10 echoes? Oh, isn't it? That's less than last time. I thought it was always fixed, but no. The debris of chaps lost 6. Oh, something new. Something has occurred. Okay. Is it what I think it might be? If so, well, we'll see, I guess. I wonder how that works. Anyway, yeah, hold is a little bit full, but I think we should be fine. Anyway, I guess I'll pause again and see you on the next return. Well, okay, that is indeed unexpected. I was just about to dock at the salt lines, literally seconds away, and we got an unexpected letter. Out at sea? How? Who sent it and what does it say? You? When I next return to London, I will bring an additional recruit, your child. Huh, What? Choose this option if you're giving birth to a child. That's sudden. I mean, I didn't know I was pregnant. How could I not have noticed? Huh. Your sweetheart, a surprise for you on your next return to London. I have taken in a foundling. Aha. Choose this option if you're unlikely to be either a father or mother. But I will have a child in London, no matter what. And apparently it looks like this. Return to London as soon as you may, your sweetheart says. You are a father? Excuse me? If you sired a child. I mean, we are a lady, right? Don't you specifically choose that? You do choose your gender, right? Not just a portrait. So, or is it just the name of the portrait, actually? And everything else is just completely headcanon. Huh. I'm not so sure now anymore. Anyway. I mean, it would make sense for her to be the mother, but then again, I mean, we literally just left, right? And yeah, that's the thing that I thought the something has changed might be. And, well, okay. I mean, it would make... So in a way, it would make more sense if, you know, our sweetheart in our absence had taken in a foundling, you know. Which is also a good thing to do, of course, to, you know, adopt a child rather than create another one. Although, I mean, to each their own, obviously. This is maybe the more interesting option, but also one that doesn't really make sense. But when have I ever cared about that? So, sure, somehow I was pregnant and gave birth to a child. Your infant is born at sea during this extremely short trip. I mean, maybe it is supposed to take actual months. Like 9, roughly. Or maybe pregnancies underneath are somehow inexplicably much shorter. You take to your cabin for a much shorter period than the ship's doctor would like. You're walking long before you should, but you have a ship to run. You have a child. Born, sired, or adopted, they're yours. I suppose it doesn't make any practical difference. Well, there we go. Okay. I suppose I might as well keep recording, although... Nice. Wait. Yeah, no, that dealt 1 damage. Fair enough. Clumsy navigating there. Port report, it's another free 20 echoes and fuel. And I'm gonna do this. Yeah, still. Everything the same here. No tea or cookies. That's fine. We're still, you know, obviously staying far ahead of the terror curve. Okay, I guess I'll pause again, even though the return trip shouldn't take that long. But I don't know. Maybe I'll find a crab or easy pirate to fight along the way or something. We'll see. And here we are. No crabs or ships on the way back, which is maybe for the better. Okay, invitation. I guess that's just always a thing now, but we'll see. Someone wants to sign on. We'll see if it's the other doctor. Alright, a new arrival. Okay, so we're obviously going to take care of that. But first, this. Deliver Sphinx Stone. Still exactly the same. Okay. Let's take a look at the recruit. The Presbyterate Adventuress. I feel like I've seen that name and maybe portrait before. A gunnery officer increases iron veils. Okay. Afternoon, my lady. Looking for a gunnery officer. I'd like to help you blow up some monsters if you have me. If you'll have me. Sure. The more the merrier. Oh, hello, Captain. Is this one of yours? I had to knock her about a bit. She didn't like taking orders from foreigners. Still, we're good friends now. The adventuress claps the black-eyed sailor on the back. Oddly enough, they do seem to be friends. Oh, oddly enough, they do seem to be friends now. Huh. Okay. Good for them. Let's take a look. Also, I never actually took a look at... Yeah, I don't know. Why... Have I seen her before? Maybe I have. Or maybe I've seen her portrait elsewhere. I don't know. Either way, never really looked at her stats. So Iron 3, Heart 6. So just outright worse than the Clary Air. Who's also, you know, kind of one of my favorites. I don't know, because she's been one of the first, if not the first, officer I ever picked up. Plus her quest is interesting. Yeah. So far, the Risk campaigner doesn't really seem to, doesn't really compare, just in terms of interestingness. But of course, who knows? That might change when once I actually started her quest line. She's marched with armies and cured generals. Don't annoy her. I'll try. Anyway, right. So she's actually only our second gunnery officer that we picked up. Perhaps she's afraid of being forgotten. She isn't afraid of much else. Iron 6, Vales 3, Iron 8. I mean, you know what? There you go. I do like having some extra Vales for slightly less iron. It's also more overall stats, right? So it just makes sense. Let's see. Speak to her, invite her to dine with you. She requires a sack of coffee beans, which you can't buy in London? You absolutely can. Well then. Officers. Invite her to dine with you, or for coffee, I suppose. Increase iron. You ready for this? It might hurt. Spend a secret to improve your iron unless it's higher than 100. It might hurt. You can't choose this option if you're badly wounded. But that does not necessarily mean that we're going to get wounded in the process. She actually looks pretty friendly on the portrait. All's well, Captain. Did you need something? Yes. Captain's cabin, is it? All right, but I want a coffee sorbet for dessert. What? I like coffee sorbet. No sorbet, no dinner. Excuse me, someone's caught fire again. It happens. A pleasant evening. Yes, I was in the Navy. Did you think I'd stolen the uniform? I retired before they threw me out. She grins and spoons more sorbet on her plate. Onto her plate. I'm older than I look. We're all older than we look. To you people. What? Excuse me? We're all older than we look? To you people? Okay. We've started learning about her, I suppose. Gained a Z story. Sure. Thanks. And now we invite her to dine with you again. I've got an idea, she says. Sorbet and arm wrestling. Oh, that's a chance-based thing, huh? But I could do it right away. And I could ensure that I succeed, which I will, just to save the money. Okay, maybe we'll take care of the other things first. So hopefully pleasant present from the scholar. Okay, more dark glasses. We're building up quite the collection at this point. Right. Oh, we did get a second Z story. Yeah, I mean, I could hold on to them. I could turn them in at some point when I feel like it, or hold on to them to use for something else. We'll always submit the salt lines. Not anything else for now because we're actually, just barely having enough room these last couple of times. Okay, a new arrival. You, your sweetheart, and your child. What will your child call you? Oh. Nothing at all? You don't want to raise a child, or you can't afford to. Turn away. Let your sweetheart raise the brat if they can. Wow. Improve your lodgings first. Can't raise a child in a room above a pub? Well, yeah, I suppose so. Well, people do, but your sweetheart expects better. I mean, just to explore this option, right? It's 1,000 gold, though. And wait, we did that? Huh? Where's the little creature? No, that just brought me to my lodgings. Okay. See your child. Where's the little creature? Read the morning papers. We're gonna get those for free. Well, this is free too, but you know what I mean. Purchase a townhouse for 1,000. Yeah, let's do it, I suppose. I mean, there. Even if it doesn't fulfill a practical purpose for me, other than I suppose being able to raise the child, which is probably a practical purpose. The thing is, I think what it mainly changes for me, other than being able to craft stuff, which I'm not really planning to do, is that it makes resting more expensive. But I've never actually had to rest to get rid of wounds yet. And, either way, it doesn't seem like a very common occurrence, so I guess we're good. Sell your townhouse. So sell your townhouse after moving expenses and fees, you'll be 500 echoes richer. You must also sell off any heirlooms first. And you can only do this when you have a child? Okay, I don't know. This game is confusing, I suppose now we can see the child? Wait, but what if I choose this option now? Okay. Mother. Yes, you're the child's mother. Of course. You are a mother. Okay. Officially now. One of this, another day, a free evening. Okay. Huh. Here it is. Small, warm, apprehensive, affectionate creature. Treated gently. Yes. You may visit your child at your lodgings. When you gain a free evening, you always get free evenings when you return to London. But here's one now. Oh, so I could have used the free evening before. Aw. So you can't have more than one of these, right? Yeah. Oh, well, it's okay. That's fine. Was there something else to do? No, we already dropped off the stuff. The stones first. Right. Picked up the recruit too. Well then, let's spend time with the family. Your sweetheart comes and goes. It's kind of annoying that they don't even have a name, but I suppose we can, fill in the blanks with our own imagination. Make up our own story for ourselves, I suppose. They have their own complicated business, but they always return to your shared home and your child. Good. They better. Right. Your child calls you captain? Interesting. Oh, I can take them on board once they're old enough. Huh. Okay. It's a delight, but will it always be a delight? No, definitely not. The sailor knows two worlds. If you give suitable presents to your child, they will gain sea fever. If sea fever reaches 25, they will decide to run away to sea, becoming your scion. This will establish a permanent dynasty of future sea captains. A permanent dynasty? Okay. Tell tales of far lands. Well, we can do that. There's something you saw far across the Black Ocean. Share it. Tell tales of the sea. You've come home safe, but you nearly didn't. Tell them how. Tell your child and your sweetheart of the surface. The sun is bright and cruel and sweet as peaches. Give your child a pet. Aw. I mean, I could. It's remotely possible that it will escape and eat someone. Probably just the parlor maid. I mean, this is by far the most expensive. I mean, it's the only expensive option here. But I am making money currently, and, I guess I could. I've also just spent 1,000 gold, so maybe I should be a little bit conservative for the time being. Let's start by telling them stories first, I guess. I mean, we're gonna have more of these visits in the future, I suppose. That's the idea, anyway. There. 5 memoirs, Z Fever. Really? So it's not just one per visit. I was thinking that this was a very long-term kind of thing. Huh. The Z fog coils fat and white against the window with a delighted shriek. Your child disappears under the blanket. Okay. So potentially only 4 more visits and they're gonna be off to sea. Or Z. Huh, okay. Right. So I guess we're ready to depart again, aren't we? I wanna... Oh, wait. Oh, we want to do this again, right. So I need a sack of coffee beans and I need to cheat. Yeah, buy another one of these. And save the game. Been saving on this slot here, which I'm sure is fine. Let's go. Failed the challenge. A closely fought battle. You're strong, but she's stronger. She grins. I'll be old soon, but not yet. You spend a pleasant evening reminiscing and swapping tales. You learn a little about the Elder Continent. Ooh. I think I've heard that term before, but I don't know that I know anything about it. It's sleeping forests, speaking tigers, mountain pilgrims. I've definitely met sleeping tigers, speaking tigers. Is now an acquaintance. So we did make progress in that regard, but we could have gained something more out of it. Okay, just to see. Do we have another option now? A third time. Okay, so that did count. So we didn't fail in advancing the storyline. We just failed in maybe gaining iron or something. I gotta know. You know that I gotta know. I could just do it here. Come on. Alright. Surely, third time's the charm. It is not. Okay, but fourth time. Yes. She's strong, but you're stronger. Sometimes. She's a good sport, but she seems more depressed than you might have expected. Halfway through the sorbet, loses the thread of the conversation, snaps her spoon in half, apologizes, stares moodily out of the porthole, flings the spoon fragments across the room, apologizes again, and pushes the rest of the sorbet away. Oh, now I feel bad. Snuff it, she growls. I'm getting old. I shouldn't be. My bloody father. You know what the College of Mortality is? No. Our very own elected hell. They choose our king. They tell us when to die. He cheated them. So now I'm getting old. She drains her glass. Old. Too old for this. I'll see you in the morning. She rises to her feet with uncharacteristic clumsiness and stumbles out. But not before you've seen the tears in her eyes. Yikes. We did gain iron from that, but... And a memory of distant shores, which... I'm not sure if we got one last time. Fragments, too. Lost the supplies and the coffee, of course. Oh, and we are an acquaintance. I mean, that... We didn't learn all these things about her last time, though, so I feel just for story reasons we should still go with this. Oh, a boarding action, excuse me? A sudden boil of bodies at the rail? While your sailors were sighing over the sights of London, armed foreigners were slipping up the side of the ship. It finally happened. Or is this unrelated to the thing? They wear tight-fitting dark uniforms and carry complicated multiplicities rather, of blades. Multiplication blades. The presbyterate adventuress curses apologetically. Out of time, she says. Wait. The presbyterate adventuress, we literally just took her on board, though. Give her up? Assassins from the college. Wait, that's literally her. Okay, never mind. That is related to what we just did, I suppose? Yes, they're here for me. No, I didn't mention it. Yes, you're right to be cross. If you want to give me up, that's fair. She offers you her pistol. I listened to her, one of the assassins adds, in perfect English. Why wouldn't they? Everyone down here has been speaking English. I guess they're from the Elder Continent. That's the idea. This is a sacred duty. We'll pay you a sacred price. Fight to preserve her. Yeah, screw that. Come on, come on. I succeeded. A furious defense. The assassins fight fiercely and in near silence. Your crew sunders the silence with yells and shots, and the adventurers outdoes them all with whoops and fierce delight. Whoops of fierce delight. At last you drive the assassins back over the side. They take to their coracles and wisp into the night. Well, your casualties are lighter than you'd feared, but there are casualties? Well, okay. I guess failing would have been much more catastrophic. And gain more iron. I mean, don't mind if I do. Alright, the adventuress says, lowering her blade. Alright. Oh, and thanks, she adds almost as an afterthought. Yeah, but that didn't happen last time. I guess maybe it would have happened after the third invitation to dinner? Huh. Well, you've helped the presbyterate adventurers survive an attack by her assassins, but, I mean, they just ran away. We didn't kill a single one of them. And even if you had, obviously, there are always going to be more assassins to send by whoever is sending them. Yeah, it sucks about the crew, but don't we have... Oh, okay. So I guess a third and possibly more further dinner options were just there if I had failed the second one, the second one's challenge, and it would have taken a third one and thus another sack of coffee beans to trigger this event. Surely that must be how it goes. Ask the adventurers why you've been ambushed by assassins from her homeland. I owe you an explanation, don't I? What I'm about to tell you is a deep secret, a college secret. But people have died. I owe you an explanation. Huh. Demand that you leave your ship. No, what? Why? Why now? I mean, it would make sense, I suppose. It would be understandable, but no, obviously not. None shall live 1,000 years. In the Presbyterate, in the south, we're close to the mountain and far from the sun. So we could live forever were that permitted. It isn't. The law is none shall live 1,000 years. My father made it to 1,011. She grins with shamefaced pride. Good for him, bad for his children. The law for me is thou shalt not live 100 years. I'm out of time. That's why I left the Navy. The college will get to me. They always do in the end. And I can't keep letting other people die for me. She stands to go. Will you help me find a way to die well? In battle would do. Or a duel. I don't want to be, oh, you know, just shot by a pirate, eaten by a shark. I want people to talk after I'm gone. She offers you her hand. I'm sorry. Huh. Die properly. I mean... Okay. Gained a secret, yep. And gained pages. Well, it's been working out pretty well so far, and shaping up to be rather interesting. Huh. Find a way... okay. Yeah, no further clue on what a proper way to die would be in her eyes. I guess we'll just keep sailing, and eventually we'll come across something, perhaps? Okay. Well, that was certainly an unexpected series of events. Okay, but this was all at the end of all our other London business, right? Right, we cannot go carousing because we... spend time with the family instead, which is perfectly fine. I guess I'll keep doing that from now on, at least until the child leaves. Because obviously that's going to trigger more interesting events. And yeah, I'm not going to hire crew right now because there's going to be a slightly cheaper option next time someone wants to sign on, but if there is no officer, right? That might happen on one of the next couple of trips, so yeah. Also, let me just quickly check the timer. Okay, check the timer, 48 minutes. Yeah, that was to be expected after the surprising number of unexpected events, or rather, I mean, I guess I did expect things to happen, and that's why I started recording this episode the way I did, rather than just attempting to do it all off camera and only picking out the interesting bits, but it turned out to be mostly interesting bits, actually. So, yeah, I didn't even make that many trips. How many was it? 3? 4? Definitely not more than 4. So, yeah, I guess we're gonna have another episode like this, except we'll see. Maybe we're going to start running out of interesting events slowly but surely. I mean, the child was a big one, of course, so I guess that shouldn't... well, actually, now we're gonna be visiting them, though. And eventually they're gonna run away, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe we're gonna have another episode that's basically gonna be exactly like this one. But I hope it's still interesting. I mean, it's interesting for me. So yeah, and we'll see how this keeps going. As I said, I mean, while more interesting things are happening in London, and while they allow me to run the Sphinx Stone deliveries, you know, under the same conditions as they have been until now, I'm willing to keep doing this, and yeah, we'll see how long that's gonna work. For the time being, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye bye.